I'm not really looking like for fame or for anything like that or anything huge. I just like putting myself out there and seeing how I match up against some of the best guys in the area. At at ultra heavyweight, it's kind of hard because there's not a lot of guys that compete. So coming back to rematches is something that I knew was going to happen. But it's fun, honestly.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. I have a guest that's zooming in. I'm going to let him introduce himself. We're going to find out everything that he has going on. Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. My name's JJ. I train at Neanderthal Fight Company out in Weatherford, Texas. So I'm excited to be on.
Yes. So you have a match that's coming up, and looking at your social media, you compete a lot. It looks like you like to stay busy, and there's a
Yeah.
big match that's coming to, I guess, your general area. Who are you competing for, and then who are you going against?
So it's main character Jiu Jitsu, and I'll be going against I think it's Keyshawn McCoy. It'll be a rematch, about 2 years in the making. So
Ooh. A lot can happen in 2 years. 2 years is a long time, and in jiu-jitsu it goes by quick, but you learn a lot, and games can change, and just people get better. How do you think it's going to go based on the last match you had, or what are you thinking?
yeah, not trying to make any excuses, but the last time I drove down to Austin, hopped out the car, and got in the match, and I was real sloppy, kind of like dragging. I felt like it didn't really warm up very well. This time I'm kind of glad because the place we're competing at is only 15 minutes away, so I'll be able to get nice and warmed up and really like put myself out there. Competing a lot has helped, but I've really found here recently like something's clicking a little better now.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really excited to see how I put myself against somebody that's really good.
Right.
I've been watching him ever since we competed, and he's a great competitor also.
Yeah, he was on the last main character card that they had in Austin
Yes.
that I saw, and he got a W. He got the win. So I've seen him compete before. Looking at some of the posters and stuff and going back, you've competed against some very high level people. And
Yeah.
I guess, well, what's your goals whenever it comes to jiu-jitsu, and why do you stay so busy?
Honestly, I just like competing. I feel like it's a great way to put myself out there. I'm not really looking like for fame or for anything like that or anything huge. I just like putting myself out there and seeing how I match up against some of the best guys in the area. At at ultra heavyweight, it's kind of hard because there's not a lot of guys that compete. So coming back to rematches is something that I knew was going to happen. But it's fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Having fun is the biggest thing, and I'm blessed I've gone able to compete at some of the biggest promotions in the area.
Mm-hmm. I guess for you, what's it like in your experience working with Kamoy as far as, getting a matchup, or what do you think about the overall event and working with him?
It's been great. He's quick. He responds very quickly. He gave me a match. I felt very quick. And he was very clear cut, said, hey, this is the guy I want you to go against. And, anytime I've had any questions or I need any like clarification on anything, he's helped out immediately. So I've had no issues at all with him. And, you know, being able to compete in different promotions, you see different promoters and all that. And he's definitely up there with one of the best ones.
So tell me the name of your gym one more time, and then I want to know what the style is like. I just like hearing the name when you said it a while ago. I was like, I can assume what the what the style is there.
So the gym's called Neanderthal Fight Company. Head coach is Monty Edwards, and we have two black belt owners, Monty and Shannon Edwards. They actually train together and all that, and then once they got their black belts, opened their own gym. And our style, I mean, we bust our ass here, man. Honestly, training is we usually have no AC. It's sweating, it's hot. Pushing yourself to the limits. We usually do like our Saturday comp classes where it's nothing but rounds, and you're really pushing yourself. We did Elevate as a team not too long ago. About 7 of us competed, and we were doing 7-8 minute rounds nonstop, back to back. And constantly chasing each other. And with sub only, we do minute drills. Looking for subs. Quick.
Yeah.
So it's very, very much pushing yourself. And nobody really lets you slack off here. Teammates are really great. We have about 6 or 7 black belts in the gym, and they all put it on us 24/7.
Yeah. So I would say like being in shape is one thing, but then like having jujitsu cardio is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I think you said you're ultra heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
So as an ultra heavyweight, I guess do you ever run into people that are surprised with the amount of cardio with the rounds, or it's just a different level of fitness, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm an ultra heavyweight. One of my main training partners, unfortunately, got hurt. His knee uh, tore his meniscus, and he has to have surgery. But he weighs about like 205, and that man puts it on me, man. And it's nonstop, like scrambles. And I've been very grateful for that because it's changed the way I've rolled. Because the the misconception with ultra heavyweights is that they're just gonna lay there and sit on you, and that's one thing I noticed about my opponents, that he also likes to move around too. So I'm excited for that because not many ultra heavyweights move like that.
Yeah.
And I'm really, hoping that this comes out and we're just going back and forth scrambles and making it very exciting for everybody to watch.
Right. When did you find jiu-jitsu, and why'd you start?
So I started training about 4 years ago, actually. And but funny enough, I got up to like 355 pounds, and I had my first daughter, and I was like getting out of breath going up the stairs and all, and I was like, man, I need to do something in my life. Like I played baseball through high school, I wrestled a little bit, and I was like, this is not who I'm supposed to be, whatever. So I was kind of like looking around. I was going lifting weights, but then my little brother-in-law at the time, he was like 9 or 10. He was doing jiu-jitsu like 20 minutes away from where we live at, and I was like, oh, let me go watch this and do it. The first minute I watched, I was like, this is amazing. And so ever since then, I was like, oh, I'll find the gym, and I found the Neanderthal Fight Company. And I've been going literally every day since I started, like 7 days a week. I've trained nonstop for the last 4 years, and I absolutely wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
I've gone down to 260 now, so getting close to that 100 pounds lost.
That's awesome. I mean, are you comfortable now? Do you plan to lose some more weight, or what do you think?
Yeah, the goal is to get down to like 215. Get down even lower. Even though I'm not a very small guy, I still am one of the smallest guys in the division. I always look up to people.
Right.
So I'm like, if I go a little lower, I might be able to size up with some more of these guys, because there's some big guys in my weight classes.
Yeah. Do you like training gi and no gi?
Yeah, I train both. Gi and no gi. There's no like, oh, just no gi. At first it was only no gi, and I was like, I should try gi, and I finally switched over to do it, and I actually love gi a lot more right now. It's been fun playing around a lot more with like the grips and all that.
Yeah, it's good to, I guess, switch it up, and especially if you train every day or as much as you do, kind of focus on one thing at a time, and just kind of keeps it fresh, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as your, I know you mentioned that you had a team, for another promotion, kind of train together and all compete. Is there anybody else from your gym that's competing on this card as well?
Yeah, there's actually 6 of us competing. We have 3 little kids, Noah, Caleb, and Olivia. They'll be competing kids, and then we have 2 other adults, Gilbert and Dylan. So there'll be 6 of us on the card, which I'm super ecstatic about, man. It's always fun to have a whole team go and compete together.
Yeah.
Embrace the suck of training, get ready for competition, because if only you only feel that, but when everybody else is feeling it,
Yeah.
it's kind of makes it easier.
It seems like here recently, and I think there's always been, a lot of events and promotions and tournaments and stuff that come through, but I've just been seeing a lot more, at least catch my eye. I'm down in Houston, but a lot of promotions going there to that Dallas area. I mean, have you noticed that? Has there been more? Is it always like this? Or I just seem like it's getting a little more love.
When I first started, I was, the biggest promotions at the time were like Sub Hunter and Fight to Win, right? And they only kind them like twice a year. And then slowly but surely, we've had Kyle Short out in Folsom City started putting on his own promotion called Friday Night Fights. And so he's going down. I was going down in Austin when I first started doing the super fights. But here recently, I've noticed like Elevates came out twice already, 2 or 3 times to Dallas. We've had Kyle Schwartz now putting on his big promotion now. He has his first one with the cage fight. Main characters coming out. So it's been really cool to see kind of the growth of the super fight scene, I guess you could say.
Right.
Coming out to DFW and really seeing, because we have talent out here, man.
Yeah.
Just like Austin has, really big names. We have guys out here that are coming up and really putting the work in. So it's good to see them getting their chance to shine.
Right. And that's what my thought is. And I just like even wondering, like, I know there's talent there. I've been able to talk to a lot of people leading up to some of these events and just learn about, you know, just the great gyms, and it seems like there's a lot of good gyms. But if it's undeniable, then these promotions are going to keep, you know, man, we can make cards here that are going to put on amazing shows, and hey, if we're selling tickets and packing out the house, let's go back, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the biggest thing is selling tickets, and that's what we tell everybody at the gym right now. It's like
Yeah,
uh, the the center that we're going to be doing the main character at is 15 minutes away from the gym that I train at. So we're like, hey, like pack out the house, dude. Like that's the only way they'll come back is we keep packing out the house and really
yeah,
putting on a show.
yeah. Do you find, is it easy for you to get support, like even from friends and family or teammates, as far as these
Yeah,
super fights go?
absolutely. I feel like I have a really good support system, not only with my family but the gym in general. You know, everybody's real supportive, and you know, even if when I'm taking losses, they you know they it's nothing that they don't hang over me. You know, they're like, okay, it's on to the next one, man. It's all good. You know, you did this great, this great. So it's been really good to find a gym that supports me in that sense and supports everybody else. We have a couple guys that fight MMA, amateur fighters and pro fighters, and you know the support to get them ready for fights also has been amazing. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that's a very very important. You know, as far as training goes, that's one thing, but how do you juggle, you know, things that are important outside of that, or do you have time for other things? And what's that balance like?
So actually, I work full time at the gym. I also work full time at a psychiatric unit as a behavioral tech. So I'm kind of busy all the time. I also have 3 kids, but they train also, and they've been raised basically in the gym since they could. I mean, my youngest daughter was in a car seat at the gym when I was training, you know,
Hmm.
and she took her first step at the gym. So my kids have been raised here, and so it makes it easy that my kids absolutely love being here and they train.
Yeah,
My oldest daughter does jujitsu 3 days a week, and then does MMA training 2 days a week, and you know, it's kind of it gets hard sometimes. I'm like, oh man, I got we got to train today and this and that, but it makes it easier when the family loves doing it also.
yeah. You know, not to get specific in the psychiatric unit. That's just like interesting to me. I know you probably aren't going to talk about specifics or things, but how'd you find yourself in that line of work? And I guess what's that? What is that like? I suppose.
Honestly, I worked at healthcare before I started at the gym, and I took a break from healthcare, and then I was like, I want to get back, but I want to get back to working with patients directly. And so I applied, and they hired me, and it's fun. It's interesting. You know, it's a different mindset when you go in because you're trying to help people that have things going on that you can't physically see. Um, but it's also you gotta be like compassionate with them, you know, and really understand those people.
For sure. Yeah.
Um, but it's fun. I mean, you know, they're people at the end of the day. They talk to you. You know, have other things wrong with them that you can't see. You know, just like how if you have a broken arm, you're gonna treat it. They have stuff that you can't see that you're gonna have to figure out how to treat. And
Yeah.
they're great people at the end of the day, and it's fun. You know,
Sure.
it's not a hard job, but you know, mentally it is, but physically
Hmm.
it's not.
Yeah. Have you found that jujitsu's helped you in other aspects of your life as well? I know even talking about, hey, losing over 100 pounds, obviously
Yeah,
getting active and that stuff, but is there anything else or even more expand on that?
absolutely. I mean, I feel like it's helped my patience. I used to get like really ticked off real fast, but I feel like that's helped me in that sense. It's helped me really like work on myself mentally. Really focus on like not because you know jiu-jitsu is like a long journey, right? It's not gonna happen overnight. And like there's days where I'm like, man, like this sucks, dude. Like, why am I doing this? But then there's days, you know, I'm like, man, that was a great training session, and really figuring out how to like control what I'm feeling and how to work through problems has been the biggest thing that's helped me with.
Yeah. Can you remind everybody one more time, when are you competing for main character? Can they get tickets from you, and what can they expect? Why should they watch?
September 6th, we'll be competing at main character jiu-jitsu against Keyshawn McCoy. It'll be a rematch happening in 2 years, 2 years in the making. You can get tickets online. I think it's Nitro tickets, if I'm not mistaken. Um, you should watch because I'm willing to put on a show. You know, I'm not afraid to lose, win or draw, win, lose or draw. I'm there to put on a show and have fun. And you know, I know Keyshawn's going to bring it, and I'm going to bring it also. And not only myself, but we also have a 185 cash bracket that Francisco Lowe, Nick Mattia, Noah Chen, some of the biggest names, up and coming names in the game are competing on. So I know Chemo's putting a lot of work into this. So come out and support. And if you're in the DFW area, make sure you support so we keep bringing back these promotions and keep supporting the local competitors in this area.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Nothing, man. I appreciate all the opportunities, and come out and watch and support and have fun.
Thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
This is Gardy with Crew Life Media, Crew Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.